you guys? Good? Good? Woohoo! It's good to be here, man. Good to see everybody out, having some fun here. I'm actually having a pretty good week myself. I just became an aunt again. Woohoo! Yeah, now that my sister has kids, the only gifts she gives me are pictures of them. Yeah, I don't have any kids, so I sent her a picture of me sleeping in on Saturday. Oh, man, kids are expensive for us aunts and uncles, aren't they, huh? Yeah, we gotta buy them gifts. I found a way to get revenge. I now only buy accessories to stuff they don't have. That's right, every one of my gifts cost my sister $300. I can't wait until Christmas. My niece is gonna love her new saddle. All right, I don't have kids, man. I'm dating somebody with teenagers, though. Woohoo! Yeah, lucky me, huh? What do you mean you won custody? You don't win. If they were the prize at a lottery, nobody buy a ticket, right? Oh, man, my parents like it because we're all grown up and out of the house. Isn't that the best part, huh? Yeah. My parents like it. My mom came out to visit me in Los Angeles. They're from Virginia. I grew up there. They came out to visit me. We went to Disney, sitting in one of those 3D movies, you know, where you wear the glasses and the stuff is popping out at you. Yeah, 5 minutes in, Mom leans over. She's like, Jan, this stuff is coming right at me. Switch seats with me. It's coming right at me too, Mom. I love my parents. If I was going to have kids, I'd have two. I'd name them after my parents, Jim and Joanne. Make it a lot more fun to spank them. They might get a few extra spankings out of that, huh? I got a cat now. I got a cat. I've got my cat for 17 years. Yeah, I love my cat, but that's a long time, man. How long do they live? Of course, the other day I caught her staring at me, you know, thinking the same thing. People treat their pets like people, don't they, huh? Yeah, I saw a TV show. A woman had a dog with obsessive compulsive disorder. I'm not making this up, folks. The dog had a stick, and he'd run around the backyard. He'd bury it, unbury it, bury it, unbury it, all day long with a stick. She finally put the dog on Prozac. Yeah, $75 a month. I'd throw away the stick.
Who all of you has children? Raise your hand if you have children. Yeah, all right. If you can't find humor with kids, man, give it up. Right? When my children were young, Twyla was a stay-at-home mom. And one night I came home from work. She met me at the back door and she goes, unless you want this house to be a murder scene, good morning. You keep those kids away from me tonight. I did have the good sense not to ask what's for supper. Right, because it's pretty obvious I'm going to have to cook supper. So when the kids got dressed to go to Pizza Hut, some of your husbands have cooked, I see. Maggie, who is 3, is wearing her Easter dress, which is a light blue dress with white lace that she called the Purple Daz. Nobody knows why. Keith, who is 5, is wearing Superman pajamas with cowboy boots and a pair of Superman underwear on the outside, turned backwards. Well, I'm thinking, they look okay. Now, the minute we get to the Pizza Hut, Maggie goes, Daddy, I've got a potty, right? I hate taking 2 toddlers to a public bathroom, right? Because first of all, you have to hold your daughter over the toilet so she doesn't catch anything. Every lady here knows about hovering. Don't act like you don't. Right? And with little girls, you gotta angle them just right so they don't pee on your shoes. At the same time, you have to watch the boy, making sure he isn't touching things, getting his hands all germy, right? When Maggie hikes up the Purple Daz, I notice she's not wearing underpants. Something I hope she's outgrown now that she's in college. So I'm thinking if somebody sees this, they're going to think I'm a pervert, right? So I turned to the boy. I said, give me those Superman underwear. I'm not kidding. He goes, but Dad, they contain my superpowers. Really? I said, well, so do mine, but mine are too big for her. When the waitress brings us our pizza, Maggie goes, you know I'm wearing my brother's Superman panties. Because Daddy's panties are too big for me. Said, did you know Daddy's panties contain his superpower? Took us 6 weeks to get him out of foster care, but anyway.
I think I don't want to have kids. I don't want to pass on my genes. I think that's it with the kids. The most prominent feature about my whole family, we all have big feet. You guys can see my shoe size. That is actually a 12 triple A. Thanks for making me feel good. All right, yeah. I'm okay with it now, but it was embarrassing in first grade. One day our class went on a nature hike. The park rangers came across my footprints, closed the park, spent the weekend tracking me. Those tranquilizer darts hurt. Speaking of kids, I went to my class reunion recently. Yeah, I was on the committee. I was in charge of the invitations, so there weren't any cheerleaders there this year. Oh, yeah, that's it. That was a fun one. That was 30-year. 10-year, not so much fun, right? Everybody's all married, you know? 30-year class reunion, all the women got their maiden names back. They're ready to party. Some of y'all get that later. All right, that was... Yeah.
How many gadgets are they going to put on a cell phone before they finally say enough? Right? I got a new cell phone last week, has all sorts of stuff I don't need or understand, like a GPS tracking system. If I want my kids to know where I am, I'll let them out of the trunk. It's got a camera on it, which is really cool, because already I got 37 pictures of the inside of my pocket. Don't act like you people don't know what I'm talking about. You know you're getting old when you no longer understand the technology your generation developed. For me, it's a cell phone. For my parents, it's the television. My parents live in Kansas City, and I stayed with them last week while I was working at a comedy club. And I noticed somehow their closed caption has gotten switched over to Spanish. Again, right? And it must have been that way for a while, because when I asked Dad, why is it on Spanish, he went, "Su mamá es loco." I was working a comedy club there, and after I got done with the second show Friday night, I went to their house, and in a glass in the bathroom were my dad's teeth. So I hit him and pitched a quarter in there like the tooth fairy'd come. Thank you. I thought that was funny, too. He did not. See the humor in that at all, boy. Y'all remember Cosby had the show Kids Say the Darndest Things? Aging parents say weird stuff, too. Right? My dad and I went to the Burger King drive-thru, and when he gets done ordering, he goes, "And we want that to go." And the little girl doesn't miss a beat. She goes, "Well, that will help keep the line moving." Y'all have Sonic drive-ins here in Nebraska, right? I love Sonic Drive-In, and you know they've numbered all their hamburgers down at Sonic. They got hamburger number 1 with certain stuff on it. Hamburger number 2's got different stuff. Took my mom to the Sonic the other day. She orders a hamburger with number 2 on it. I'm thinking we got to go to the Waffle House in Kearney for that, don't we? Those of you not laughing have not eaten at the Waffle House in Kearney.